In the early days, they had the Elkin Follies. The girls singing and dancing, and there were several girls that I remember was in it. Alberta McFadden, there's the Showerker girls and stuff like that.
We went out to a show at the airport, and they had a dance after, and crowded, just packed.
They used to have people coming through, like the Ink Spots used to come through here with an all Negro group, and they could sure play music all the time.
Wow, those boys could put music together like you wouldn't believe. They used to play in the Quonset hut in the old Elks behind the Central Department Store sometimes, the odd time they would play. But they would come to those dances, and wow, some of them dance.
They also had shadow socials, where you'd get up on the stage and put a curtain across, and the lights would be behind the curtain, and you'd make shadows, and so your shadow was bought.
Oh.
And of course you were supposed to make a signal for the right guy to buy it. Well, that didn't always happen, and sometimes he got outbid.
But this town has changed so immensely. You know, we had a big fire, it'd be in 47, and from the Condil right just about to the old police barracks, that all burned.
And all that burnt down right up to the theater, and everything burnt down in there. And the Elks Hall that burnt down. Then later on they built a Quonset hut on 101st First Avenue. And I played music there, a lot of dance music in there and stuff like that.
They had a big dance and a rodeo down on Pat Bell's property. And it was wall-to-wall soldiers at that. Anything that was an entertainment they liked. You know, they were bored to death, and they'd come up here, way up here. And after all, they built our highway in 9 months. So you can imagine.
That was one of the best rodeos up here that I remember. They rode in that Roman stand, you know, stand on the horses going around.
Also the hospital was operated by the church, the Fort St. John Hospital. And for quite a few years after, it was operated that way too.
Yeah, we had there was a white spot in town we'd go there and have apple pie with ice cream or something like that, or matrimonial cake, and right after school.
Pretty much everyone shopped at the old Titus department store. My grandpa always wore wool pants because he was a famous hunter, and it didn't whip against the branches when you went hunting. He had 2 sets of underwear, and he just took one off in the summertime.
We ordered catalog, but Montney had a good store when Hans Espy and his wife run the store at Montney. The Condil was the place to be at one time. When Doc and Daisy run it, that was the luxury hotel. There was a ball game or a picnic. People tried to make an effort to go, and they used to do that. And the Christmas concerts the same. There was Montney, North Pine, Rose Prairie, and you could go for 3 nights in a row till way on in the wee hours of the morning and think nothing of it. When you're young, you can do those dumb things. Rolly de Tannecourt used to run the bus service from town to the airport. He run that bus on the hour, every hour. And he'd take passengers, and sometimes that bus would be full, either coming in with soldiers or going out. Ma Murray, she was in her glory, you know. She was in her glory.
Yeah, and they were flying airplanes up here for the Russians. The Russians would pick them up around Fort Nelson or Whitehorse, and they'd try and learn how to fly them. And they crashed quite a few of them, I guess.
Do you know this was the biggest airport north of Edmonton? And they had lots of traffic there. I used to go and stay at Charlie and Ida Boyd's, and we counted I think it was 29 fighter planes come all in at one time. See, it was a busy, busy place.
There's a freeness here that you don't have over in Britain.
But that's what I think was the best on my childhood days, was the freedom that we had to do all the capers that we pulled off.
Oh no, there was nothing wrong with that life.